Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of the Mindsetting Podcast. I'm your host Gaurav Tan. And before we start, if you have not done yet, then please hit that subscribe button and give your like to this episode. This way, you can help to share this podcast with more people who might need to listen it. Anyways, so let's dive into today's episode. So in today's episode, let's talk about how to make the world a better place. I have seen one common thing in our societies, and I'm sure you also have experienced the same, is that when someone chooses to take responsibility to bring change that isn't necessarily put upon them, people often say, "Why do you bother?" Or "This isn't going to change anything." And you know what? They are right. The fact is, there are massive industries at work that contribute to problems in a much bigger percentage than my or your individual lifestyle switch will even count. Perhaps I cannot change policies that would make a big switch. And surely I cannot go everywhere, feed everyone, save every being, or remove all the waste that is there. I cannot do that all. But the question is, why to be in this all or nothing thinking? And by the way, there is a separate episode for all or nothing thinking, so I would like if you please check it out as well. So anyways, if we go by the logic above, assuming that individual actions have no influence whatsoever, then how is anything ever gonna change? If we don't make use of the one thing that is in our control, then there is just complaining left to do. The only thing that we can do is to do what we can, and that is powerful, significant, and honorable in my sense. So, how one can make the world a better place is by doing what one can. And I think here are the three simple things that anyone can do. First, start small and then climb higher. One of the human tendencies when we make plans is to try to do everything at once and over optimize. For example, you're someone who cares about animal welfare. You might dream of opening up an animal shelter, having a rescue team, want to go into this full time, have a big base of supporters, and care for hundreds of animals one day. It's a great dream, but don't make it just that. Smarter people start small. What is the smallest change that you can start working on today to go forward? Are there stray animals in your neighborhood? Are you feeding them daily? Can you get them vaccinated and sterilized? Is there a way to build a makeshift shelter for them in an open area? Are you adopting homeless animals? This is just one example. Build on the causes that you care about. For one, this gets you started quickly. And two, it tastes whether you want to stick through this or not. Identify the problems in your area and act on what you can do about them. Get your friends together into that. Each of us has to take responsibility for our part of the world. Give clothes to the needy. Educate the helpless. Feed the hungry. We all know what should be done and what is needed. And we need all of us to contribute in our capacities to address the situations. Number two, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. What sometimes annoys me about our older people, and especially parents, is that they don't want to give away comfort and the typical way that they function every day. They all want saviors and heroes, but not their children to be one. People who make switches in their life because the current situation of the world is not as healthy as it should know that it's not going to be as convenient as their lifestyle was. We cannot expect change without changing anything. So maybe I will have to go out my way to take an injured cat to a doctor, or pinch my monthly budget so I can help support a kid's education, or change my diet, or stop buying fast fashion, or do more research into finding small businesses, or read into how transparent a company is. If in the end, a little bit of extra work and doing the unconventional helps us make healthier choices, then we should try and be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Number three, take care of your mental health. So many of the people that I see struggling now because the people in their lives didn't sort out their issues. Someone who takes care of their mental health not only helps themselves but the people they interact with as well. When we have less stress, less self-doubt, and more self-love, giving back becomes much easier. We become better friends, better companions, and better leaders. In turn, we help and inspire people to take care of themselves too. This step is just as important as going out and working on the ground. I know it's only 3 steps. I want this to be something that everyone can do, because we don't need a handful of people doing this perfectly. We need millions doing this imperfectly. And that's it. Thanks for taking out the time to listen to this. And if you like this, and if you think this will help more people, then please share it around. Peace, much love.